Get a Job in Tech, episode 171. Understanding who employers look to hire first. Your employers, their employers. We're obviously employees and their employers. So they have the advantage essentially because they're the ones hiring. They're filling the role. And what was told to me, or what I've come to know, if you will, is how a employer will hire the job or how fill the position basically. And so I used to think it was this. So I used to think, okay, I'm going to get my resume together and I'm going to put a cover letter and I'm going to send it out to an email. If I know maybe the HR individual's email, I'm going to send it out. And it's not always like that. That does work sometimes, but I think as more and more people are looking, maybe the employer is just, okay, enough. I don't want to, sift through all these emails. But anyway, here's what I think's going on. I think what's going on is I sent an email to a job post like on Dice or Indeed or Monster or one of these other companies out there, Career Builder, if you will. And when I apply for a job out there, what happens is it goes to the company, and maybe there's criteria I don't match, whatever it is, and they just discard it. Meaning the website doesn't even, I guess the AI or whatever the automation in that website is, doesn't even put that email or the email basically in the employer's box or the HR individual's box, whoever's the gatekeeper for the hiring the position, and they even put it in their box, their inbox. So you're kind of like, okay, what happened? I don't know. And I don't get, or you may not get, most people don't get an email saying back, hey, you apply for this, we're not like hiring. Some places do. Indeed does it when they fill a position. Some other places do, but most don't. And what an employer is looking for is this. So they're looking to hire within. They're looking to hire the local person first, wherever they're, maybe they're moving maybe it's a sysadmin and they're looking for a net admin role. So maybe they're looking to fill the position. So what they'll probably do, sometimes they could do this, is where they just give the sysadmin more money and say, okay, your role is now this, you're network admin / sysadmin. And, then they wear two hats essentially. Or they could hire, maybe the sysadmin knows someone, or there's a person there locally who's a help desk and says, okay, you want to be a net admin? Good. We'll send you the training and we'll hire you basically the net admin. So maybe they have OJT or whatever. I think the reason they do this is that it's a personality thing. They want to be able to get along with the employees. I think that's what it is. I think that's relevant what it is, especially nowadays. I think they look to do that more. The second thing that the employers look for is, how have you done it? Can you show me you've done the job? And how do you convey that? And I say this. Have a podcast that talks about it. Have a Udemy course that you teach other individuals doing it. Maybe you're a sysadmin and you are good in Windows servers or whatever. So you could create a course in Udemy, udemy.com. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the course is. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. No one cares. You're just trying to teach in someone what you know, and that's all that matters, really. Because the way you never know who may be receptive to that training. However you're teaching might be applicable to someone out there. Basically, your avatar. So when you teach, you're teaching your avatar. Maybe you could even teach yourself. Podcast, Udemy course, a YouTube channel that you talk about whatever it is you do. Again, you're a sysadmin. I just use it as a blanket statement. You're a sysadmin, and you teach someone how to install Active Directory and teach them how to set up accounts in AD, and you're looking to get in that job. Maybe you're looking to hire, you're going to a company that's going to hire you for that position. So you can go to YouTube and create a video on how to do it, meaning how to create a user account, how to do certain things, permissions in AD, maybe how to set up a server, Windows 20, whatever 20 flavor it is of server. Maybe you want to set up SQL, maybe DBA. You're looking for a DBA role, so database administrator role. You can go on Udemy, on YouTube, and create that. Create a YouTube video talking about how to set up SQL on Windows server, Windows machine, basically, and go through the properties, how to create a database, how to add in a database, how to alter a database, how to export, how to back up a database, the BAK file, how to manipulate the database using a website. Maybe you could use PHP or HTML, some type of program that way, or maybe Java or Python. You could create a web page doing that. Basically, inputting the data into that SQL database, essentially. Another way that employers look to hire individuals is by a friend. So they got a friend, maybe the coworker has a friend or a colleague, maybe they went to college or they went to a tech school, let's say, or they did tech training somewhere, and that person's looking for a job. So the sysadmin that's working there says, hey, I know a person who is looking for a job, and they're pretty good. They work in tech. My last company, let's say, I worked with them. They'd be a really good fit. That's another way, really. I mean, that's good. Basically, it's a friend. It's a friend of a friend or someone you trust, essentially. So the trust factor. Another way is a company. So this is only for like bigger companies, like a Bayer or a Amazon. Of course, Amazon has their own. They're big enough. They have their own search or company, if you will. But like a Bayer, maybe they have their own as well. Maybe your mid-sized companies, like let's say 3,000 people, they're going to use an agency that they really, really believe in, that they really have confidence in. And usually these people, Tech Systems is a good example. So a lot of companies will go to Tech Systems, TEK Systems, and they'll tell Tech Systems, hey, go out there and find me a sysadmin to hire for my company. So they go out there to Tech Systems, and they'll say, find me a sysadmin. Tech Systems goes out, looks at his resumes, look at whoever they have on file, and they will just say, okay, I have this individual who's a sysadmin who fits the qualifications you have. What do you say? Let's give him a chance. And then, Tech Systems gives the company the resume, and then they decide or they don't decide. Another way is taking out an ad in a newspaper. Of course, newspapers, what are they anymore? Same with the magazine. I've seen this actually sometimes where places nearby large colleges or nearby military installations, what they'll do is they'll put an ad in the paper, like a Boeing or a Khaki, one of those type of companies. They'll put an ad in the paper. This is specifically in DC area or Virginia area, Maryland area. They'll put an ad in the paper for a job, whatever that job is, sysadmin, let's say. We're going to use that again. And you're going to answer the ad. And so what that means is the newspaper, you're going to call up the newspaper, or you're going to say, I got referred by this ad in the paper. And they'll say, okay, great. And that's the way to go in. And lastly, if nobody gets in via the other ways, they use their resume. Hey, the resume. So it means you email them your resume and says, hey, I know XYZ. And resume, it's one page, right? You don't want to bore people with your resume. I mean, just precise, consistent. Usually there's no more paper resumes. If you send a paper resume, you may get an opportunity that way, because nobody really sends paper resumes anymore. It's all email. Let me just copy and paste, send 1,000 resumes to companies right now. Done. Real simple. And I'll take a lot of time and apply. So these are things that employers, that's how they look. That's how they look to hire first, or these are the things they look to hire before anything else. Unlike, because we're basically doing the opposite, essentially, when us being the employees look for a position. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next one.